Hello folks, let's play some Spirit Island, let's play some Sweden, and let's play some Shroud. And jungles are up. Okay, need to solve this, no question. Discard sands for royal backing. Okay, so probably gonna G3 and play Vapors in 8. If our draft shows us 4 fire cards, we are probably dead, but such is the Shroud life. Hopefully that does not happen, and we also find an answer for this next turn. Then a mountain follow-up plus a beast solve would be ideal. We could instead G2 here and play Forms and Fog, but I think this is a cleaner way to answer 8, and this digs for an answer to 3. Okay, 4 air cards is a good start. None of them cost 0 though, which is a bit of a bummer. We need to go top if we want to play Vapors this turn, which I think we have to do. We are going to take Mists, which is a bit of a boring pick, but it's too good not to take here. But I think that means... yeah, we're going to have to G3 next turn as well for the point of energy in order to play Mists here and Pollen 8. Our next draw is either Mountains or Wetlands, which have good tokens there. So hopefully those help out, plus the card we draft next turn. We will grow into 2. It's got a Dahan, it's got a Disease, so if we get Disease damage next turn, it's great. We get to lock it in. Mountains is our good draw, that's nice. Let's keep our Dahan count up. Okay, we need to G3 here for energy, so let's do that. There's some zeros. Probably grabbing this. Shroud loves 0-cost airs, plus we could solve this. Or I guess it doesn't really, because these are blighted. And sending a town here would be 2 blight anyways. Little awkward. Promises is pretty meh. I might be interested in Bog if it weren't for the fire. We could Splendor the town off 3, save Mists for 6. But that leaves a town on the board, plus I kind of want the Dahan in 6 to die. Because it's kind of doomed to conversion all by itself out there. Like, I guess we can also save 1 with it. In my head this was solved because of the beast for some reason, but obviously it's not necessarily. We grow into 1 or 5. I think... yeah, let's go center of the board for now. So if we draw Wetlands now, we can kill the Explorer here, which is good because 2 will be a big problem. If we don't get the Beast solve and we get back-to-back, that's big trouble. But again, you know, Shroud life. Yeah, I guess Sands isn't very good either. I guess Jungles is our best draw. Let's get our presence over into the Dahan land. So now Sacred Site's under threat would give us a free miner. Next turn, we're most likely doing bottom-bottom, which means we're probably going to have to reclaim before getting the 3 card plays. Buildings have extra health this turn, which Shroud does not care about. We do get the beast damage, which is insanely good. If you want to win games as Shroud, you know, practice drawing free solves. I think we add this Dahan here. We don't need it in 3, and there's a slim chance we could dodge escalation by putting it there. Okay, well, thankfully we got the beast damage. Let's not mess around, let's just take this solve. Obviously 6 is a big problem, threatening 5 blight and 2 towns over 2 turns. We could early reclaim and hit it with Vapors. That's pretty bad. Or never mind, we can use Fog to hit all the buildings there, I think. Plus our innate can kill an Explorer. Then we reclaim and Paul 6. Kinda sucks that we can't save a blight with Splendor. Okay, let's get some presence into position. Let's use this now. And we'll Sacred Site in the center, sure. Still got 4 Dahan on our lands, always on the lookout for the free miner power. It would also give us a point of energy this turn, which would be a significant boost. So yeah, Innate picks off Explorer here. I'm going to change up our presence placement. Want to be here just in case we get disease damage. Because if we do, I don't want to have to play a power over there to lock it in. So 1 can go here. And we'll put 1 into 3 and jump it over. Now, can we accomplish everything we want to do on the right side of the island? So this moves down after Ravage. So we're going to have 3 adjacent to 6, but not one in it. But we can get one in there by using this innate to pull from 7. We should actually make a Sacred Site in 6 in case we draw Struggles of Growth, but whatever. We draw Heavy Farming. Don't really care about that. Would have got the beast damage, but whiffs now. Oh, that's a big deal. 2 is now safe from escalation. Add a Strife adjacent to a beast token, which basically handles 2 for us. Could Strife here if it were not for heavy farming. That would save us a blight. 2 is guaranteed to come up, so yeah, this is pretty good. Our presence moves down, and we will add the extra town here, obviously. Jungles now is a little sketchy. We kind of have to commit all of our powers to 6. Then we're basically looking at the same problem again next turn in 8. We're going to have to like early reclaim for Paul or take 3 blight. Okay, so we hit all the buildings here. And now we pick off an explorer. So next turn is Paul Fog. Then ideally we can G2 to 4 plays, but I don't know if that's going to be doable. I guess we do have Splendor. That could help us solve 1 or 8. I would really like to use our damage innate somewhere else because then we can get energy end of turn. We could also just like say screw it and take the 3 blight and 6. We'd use our damage powers elsewhere, get our energy end of turn. We could G3 next turn. This would put us blighted for sure, but we'd be able to get to our reclaim 1 pretty quick. I don't know, probably not worth it. If you've got your reclaim 1, Shroud can actually handle being blighted pretty well thanks to Form Start By. I don't think we're really in desperation mode though, so we should probably play it safe and reclaim. Yeah. Okay. Reclaim cards. I think we should go for a minor power here, just my opinion. Still on 2 plays. Yuck. Oh my god. Well, we need energy, so this is not a choice. The odds of us playing Absorb Corruption, I would say, are slim to none. Alright, so let's play Paul so we don't take a million blight. And we'll fog the stuff in 8. Then we'll reclaim and we'll solve both our jungles. What do we need here? Presence adjacent to 8. Yeah, if we could grow next turn and play these 3 cards, that'd be sweet. We would need, like, Invaders get -1 health this turn. And one of those is Farmers, which would not be very good for us here. We draw Remnants. That's actually not bad. We can chuck Absorb Corruption, which is probably the best use for it. Yeah, this is actually great. The Defend 4 next turn will let us keep growing, I think. Fear card is Dahan Attack, sure. We're using the Defend 4 next turn anyway, so that didn't really matter. Sand. So we do lose a Dahan to escalation. But now, thanks to our great warding, I'm pretty sure we can solve 8. So we've got 4 damage. How do we best split it up? If we do this, that would leave 10 damage, which is no good. We've got Defend 8 for next turn. So we have to kill this city, I believe. which would leave no more damaged pieces here. So just going to make sure I'm not screwing something up. Yeah, this doesn't work. We could not kill a town and move it over to 7 with Splendor, but I don't really want to make 7 worse for the Ravage next turn. Mists has a chance to solve it next turn if we don't do that. So yeah, we're just going to bite the bullet here and kill a city. It's well worth it. These can all stay. I guess we could actually only use one of these 2 defends here. And we'd use Enticing Splendor to get the Explorer off of 8. And that's 5 damage on 4 defend. That is not a guaranteed solve though, and if 8 Cascades, we're pretty dead. These are both concerns too. Okay, well we can go to 4 plays and get presents pretty much everywhere. Nope. Let's do like this. This looks pretty decent. We've got our innate, we've got great warding. We'll hit one of these with our innate most likely, which then we can solve with Paul. This has to hit land 2, which is already solved for us. So we'll use Splendor, hang on. Or, never mind, we're fine. We'll use it here, it's the only really good spot for it. We could pull a damage down into 1 for our special rule, but we could be drawing coasts here, which could mess up a beast solve and or make things harder than they have to be. Form start by... Let's make another Sacred Site here, just in case we hit the fear cards that give us energy. This feels like Terror level 2 time to me. Cool. Cultures mix and clash, probably not great. I guess this isn't actually too bad. We convert this, it dies. And this Dahan trades off with the city. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, okay. This'll do. Plus we get the point of energy. Yeah, this event was very good. Getting 1 extra energy makes a big difference for Shroud. Pick off some explorers. What happened here, huh? Strife something in a Dahan land. Not supremely helpful. Could use our innate to kill this city now. Not much point though, because the Dahan will do that in a couple turns. So, slow phase. We've got a Dahan push. And some damage. So our innate could clear 2. Which would cover a stage 3 wetlands. But we've got Splendor for that. So I think it's definitely better to hit one of these 3 lands instead. Kill this stuff? Nah, we're gonna hit 4. Because we can kill the town, wound the city, and we'll send this Dahan over and we'll defend 4 with mists. So we solve this and get a city off the board. So we need to get mists. We could G3 for our Reclaim 1 and grab it that way, but there's no real rush to do that, and reclaiming here guarantees we get to play a bunch of cards. Okay, Scour the Land we can very easily threshold, but I don't really think we need it, and especially because we're also offered Monsters here, which is a 0 cost on element nutty card for us. So I'm very happy to just grab that here. I think we should try to Paul this, because I think there's a decent chance we can save it. We're playing Miss for 4. And if we don't save 7, we save ourselves a Blight, at least. So let's stack up some presents there. We can defend it for 3, which is a good number. Wrong card. Because we'll have 2 fear cards, and if either of those remove a town from 7, we save it. And I guess we play Fog for 1,000,000 damage. Yeah, the 1 extra energy we got off the event was a pretty big deal. I suppose we can actually defend 7 for 4, but I don't think that actually makes a difference. And don't think it's worth putting all our presents in the corner when we need them spread out for our damage powers. And let's move this presence and keep 4 Dahan in our lands. Yeah, cool. I like this. We've got 2 fear card outs for this, plus event. What do we got? Destroy the unnatural. I seem to draw this all the time as Shroud. I'm not complaining. I think it's a pretty decent card for Shroud because we can make a slow power fast and get our presence out of the way, which is what we will do here. So our choices are Fog, or we've got our Super Innate, or we can push some guys around, which is better in the slow phase. This is a double Blight now. I'm kind of feeling like we just kill the stuff in 7 with this, which would mean we'd have to leave our presence in 4. I think I'm okay betting on a fear card solve. Strife, Beset, Dahan damage. Tons of hits, right? No sweat. See? Nothing to it. Skip Explorer, that's pretty nuts too. Alright, so we've got pretty much a turn off here. 1 energy Paul will solve next turn. 2 is handled. So this can move a Dahan, probably. Well, we're definitely doing this. How do we do this? Let's do... Sure, that works. And now we will... Let's get this Dahan into the action. Okay, where are we at? 2 fear, 4 cities. I think now we G3 for our Reclaim 1 and grab Paul. As long as we get any non-fire card off our draft, we can play 4 cards. Or we could reclaim Forms for the 2 fear to take us to level 3. We could play all 3 of these plus Forms and get our innate. It is tempting. It's also unnecessarily risky, I think, though, so let's just do this. I don't think either of these fire cards are worth giving up a point of energy. Trail's alright. We've got a double Explorer coming up, so the Isolate is likely to do something. It's either that or Rotflies, and they're kind of the same card here. They both basically stop a build. We'll go with Trail. We have now successfully put presence in every land. Let's bring this extra presence in closer. We'll play all the cards. We got no innates and no damage this turn, but there's no Ravage next, so that's alright. I think we'd actually rather have Rotflies. Trail being fast kind of makes it a guess, whereas Rotflies stops a city for us if either Wetlands or Sands double explore. And puts a token on the board, and failing that, we can get 3 fear off it. I think that makes it better here. Just gonna check that I did this. And we'll pull the presence out of here so you don't get caught by Sacred Sites under threat. Yeah, we'll make our Sacred Site in a spot with no invaders. As for Splendor, let's pull a damaged town into the Beastland. Beast might kill it, or we get more fear end a turn. We are still healthy, so this is Invaders Surge Inland. So our town with the Beast gets pushed. Let's send them down to 4, yeah. No disease for Grim Toll. Defend don't matter. Choose a coastal land. This land is covered 3 times over. Takes us to Terror level 3 now if we want. Sure. What we get? Discord. Strife a piece, it deals damage. Guess we'll strife the town here and kill the city. 5's got a Dahan in it, which we can possibly use with other fear cards. Our first of 2 Stage 3 Explorers. Double Sands. Okay, so we can disease one of these. Let's go with 7. By the way, going for disease over fear here because I think it's faster for us to kill 2 or 3 cities than it is to get through the fear deck. Although I guess maybe not. Because now we're 12 away and we could be 9 away with Rothflies. Whoa, what did I do? Not sure, so let's redo this just to be safe. Okay, we're gonna reclaim, and we're gonna kill everything. Man, I'm good at drawing fire cards this Shroud. We will take our energy. And now we get to go all out aggro and fear. We can deal about 100,000 damage this turn. We can move our sacred site over to the city land, I suppose. We're still healthy, so we only need to protect 2 presence with forms. There's sacred sites under threat and struggles of growth. And we draw settlers, which should be fine. There's no ravage this turn. We could take top to get some Dahan into 4, because if we prevent the city in 4, we win. But we can afford, we can afford to take the invader card out for the point of fear here. This dies. I would guess we definitely have enough fear now. Our fear cards don't really matter. Yeah, I think the fear off Rotflies would have been better. Although having the disease here stopped the builds with quarantine. Yeah, now we just kill stuff. This tier 3 and 8 kills a full health city. Shroud versus Sweden is a bit of a weird matchup, because like it's all about the early game. Where Shroud is at its weakest and Sweden's at its scariest. But if you can hold back that initial Sweden snowball, then Shroud can get into dominating positions like this. Oh, let's not hurt our Dahan with Vapors. I'm just clicking buttons at this point, because as long as we play these cards, we win. Oh yeah. And there we go. That is game. Not too shabby. Despite having a rough couple of first explorers there, I think it was jungle, mountain, mountain, jungle, we did alright. Not too sure how many seeds that start with Shroud this board those explorers could manage to stay healthy, but somehow we did. Confounding Mists was a big part of blunting the offensive. Saved us 2 Dahan and a coastal jungle blight, which would have been gross because the stage 2 jungles came up pretty quick. And having the earth element on Absorb Corruption was pretty great, I think. Immediately chucking that to Remnants gave us the confidence to keep growing, which was very helpful. Our Explorer Order, which I mentioned, yeah, both of our corner lands were immediately a huge threat. Kind of made us grow in a weird way, so we could Vapors on turn 1 and have 2 energy for turn 2. Then right after that, we had a back-to-back with a Dahan conversion, which is why I think that this event gets MVP. It solved half of a Sweden back-to-back on its own, which is insane. Remnants was nice, as mentioned. This is often a pretty brutal event in this matchup, but it was very well timed. Yeah, and then the rest of this wasn't too crazy, right? We got some fear off this, which might have mattered. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. I guess I don't get a game log. Bye-bye.